Hey dudes and dudettes, Mr. Theorist here, and welcome back to another episode of Let's Chat About. If you've seen the last one, you know what these videos are about. I am prepping for the latest Saw film coming out, called Jigsaw, and in preparation for it, I decided to kind of do reviews slash just general personal opinion on the previous 7 Saw films. If you like them, awesome. I'm doing this for a personal thing, as well as for any of you out there that have never seen Saw but are like, oh, Jigsaw, I know it's kind of popular, and you haven't got the films. This is kind of my way of giving you guys kind of a plot summary of each Saw film per episode, and just kind of let you know what I like about it and what I'm not too keen on. This one is obviously Saw 2, because in the first video we covered the first Saw. As I said in the last one as well, I probably will be doubling these up on for the weeks. I thought I had enough time. I'm now looking at, yeah, we're already in October. Having them as weekly videos was kind of silly. I'm going to have to do multiple videos a week. We have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So if still this, well, 5 including, not including this film. So probably going to have 2 videos this week. This one will go out as soon as I get a chance, and then the other one will be close behind it. So I hope you guys enjoy. So let's get on with it. So, Saw 2. Very, very different from the first film. First film had basically 2 characters in it. It had Adam and Gordon. If you want to know the story of that one, I'll leave the link in the description to my other video and at the end of this video. Yeah. The first one pretty much covered just the 2 of them, as they had to play this this very personal game about why they were trapped there, and simply one had to kill the other. Where in the case of the second Saw film, we have a lot more characters. We actually have Amanda, the boy, the junkie, the guy who'd been in prison, prostitute, and the cute blonde. There's now 6 characters, and that's not including the fact that Jigsaw was more prominent in Saw 2. The police people, or the detectives that are investigating the case, who are in this as well. There's Matthews, Kate, and damn, the least favourite character of the bunch is his name has escaped me. But yeah, you got those 3, and you've got the 6 in the house, and Jigsaw. So I'm not going to give you in-depth of each character. All I say is this film is about the police have tracked down Saw from the first film. He's obviously gone and done more stuff, and he's more well known to the police force now, not just the 2 police officers that were investigating him in the first film. There's like a whole case directed towards him. And the film opens up with Detective Matthews being told to come to a crime scene. And in fact, you turn out that the guy who'd been in the latest Saw trap was a snitch for Detective Matthews. And a message left behind saying, look closer, Detective Matthews. After a few weird dreams that gives him awesome intelligence, he's able to piece together specific location, and him and a squad go there, and they find Jigsaw. He's just there, waiting for them. But before they quite reach him, a few of the nameless characters have fallen into Saw traps. They're definitely more traps than games, because as the series goes along, you start to notice that Jigsaw will play his games, but then to protect himself or to mislead the police so he can kind of bump them off, he'll leave traps that you're not going to survive. They are designed to kill you outright. And a few of the SWAT team fall into some of these traps and they die. They finally reach Saw, and he's just there like, hi. And Matthews, thinking he's cool, clever, is like, is this close enough? It's like, oh, dude, you have no idea who you're getting caught up with, do you? So, yeah, in Saw 2, we got a lot more Jigsaw and Tobin Bell. Oh my god. I love Tobin Bell. I've only ever seen him in this. He is in some other stuff, and according to the commentary that you can listen to on the DVDs, they do talk about he's done stage work as well, which I wish I'd ever seen him on stage. Tobin Bell is fantastic as Jigsaw. Whenever he's in a scene, it's his scene. He's the biggest, most believable character in the whole movie, no matter which movie we're in. As the series goes along, there's less and less of Jigsaw, but he still steals the movie every time he's there. So yeah, the movie then has these kind of like one-to-one thing between Matthews and Jigsaw until he's like, you can't arrest me because if you go in the room over there, there's some computer screens, and they're looking at computer screens, and somehow Matthews can recognise a specific person on those screens. It's his son, even though the screens are like this by this, and the resolution isn't grand. Yeah. And it turns out that Jigsaw kidnapped his son and placed him and 5 other people in a house that's got some deadly, I think it's nerve toxin, that basically will kill you in several hours unless they each get a cure. And he's like, yeah, well, you're going to leave me here and we're going to have little one-to-one discussions throughout this entire movie while your son potentially just dies. But he does say very specifically to Matthews, he goes, if you stick with me this entire time and play my little game, I promise you, your son is in a safe place. That's very specific. So yeah, the movie goes along. We find out that everyone that's trapped in the house with Matthews' son are all convicts that Matthews arrested. Some of them he placed evidence on to get arrests. So you find out Matthews is kind of a dodgy cop. And Saul basically wants to prove this. The whole point of the game, his game with Matthews, is to prove, yeah, you're nothing more than a dirty cop that will do anything to get a conviction. So Matthews is terrified that, oh God, if these people find out he's my son, all is screwed. And we find out one of the people in the house called Amanda, who you recognise from the first film, who had a big head trap on her head that was going to rip her jaw open if she didn't get it off in time. Turns out that Saul wasn't happy with the fact that she went to self-harming instead of using drugs, and he's like, nope, you're going into a trap, you're going into another game, and hopefully this time you'll learn. He's like, oh, well. So the movie plays out with the convicts slowly, one by one, they each die while they attempt to do their games. In the case of Amanda, she almost she doesn't die, but she gets thrown into someone else's trap, which is, he is told that, yeah, you're a junkie, therefore you won't mind going into a pit of needles and finding a key to find one of the cures. She fails, and he goes ape, and then starts murdering everyone because he finds out that on a tape right at the beginning that Jigsaw said in the safe right in front of you is the combination is over the rainbow. And you find out that he basically painted the combination, one number on each of our game players in different colours. So you follow the rainbow and you would get it. So he decides that instead of telling anyone and communicating this, he's just going to murder everyone and take the cure for himself, because that always works out. So as that's playing out, Matthews is spiralling deeper and deeper into dirty cop territory. There's the awesome thing where he's taking off parts of his police uniform because he goes in with a bulletproof jacket and he looks very cop-esque, but as the movie goes on he slowly releases the uniform. He's breaking down, he's really close, and Saul's like, well, you know how you used to get a confession out of people? And the other cops are like, yeah, just do it, screw it, just beat him until he gives you a confession. The movie starts escalating, he gets more and more worried about his son, and eventually just beats the hell out of Saul. And just before it looks like he's going to truly kill Saul, he sticks a gun in Saul's mouth. Saul's like, okay, I'll take you to your son. And we get the first in something Saw films like to do, which is the idea that there's characters over here and characters over here, and they both seem to be going down hallways, and you think, oh, they're going to interject, because Matthews gets told where this house is, so he starts going towards the house. The SWAT have picked a signal up of where this the TV broadcast is, so they go to a house and go, oh, they're going to meet together. No, it turns out that the TV stuff was all recordings, and it was set from a different house, so the SWAT's all been sent somewhere else, and Matthews has been sent to the house where his son is, and he's there, and everything looks kind of decrepit. Everyone that died looks like they died a while ago, and obviously the audience then realises, and it's like, oh no, they've led Matthews to the house for some reason, and you find out that he goes underground, and the bathroom from the first film is underneath the house, and he's like, oh, this ain't good, and there's the bathtub's in front of him, and there's a body, and he walks up, he pulls it back, and there's a mask, pig mask, and he jabs him in the leg, and he falls unconscious. He wakes up, he's chained to the bathroom. Turns out it's Amanda, and Amanda is now Jigsaw's assistant, the one that will carry on after he dies from cancer. And it's just like, what? What? Almost as good as the ending of the first one, where he stands up, you think he's a corpse the entire time, he just gets someone like, ha, game over, shuts the door, and Amanda gets the line, game over, shuts the door. And that's a basic plot summary of the second movie. Now, the things I really like about the second film, each character, for the most part, is very good and in-depth. You get the motivations for each character. Matthews is fantastic in it, and when he's in scenes against Tobin Bell, those scenes are amazing. In the commentary, you find out, because the actor who plays Matthews is on the commentary, there's a scene at the beginning where he's beginning the interrogation with Saw, and Saw just pulls out a plastic cup and goes, would you mind getting me a glass of water? And the look on Matthew's face is like, I'm going to punch you in the face. And it turned out the actor didn't know Tobin Bell was going to do this. And there's scenes like that you hear across the commentaries of all 7 films, that Tobin Bell does these little improvisation roles, really, really makes the character stand out. I say things I really like. You find out right at the end, after Matthews gets knocked out and left in the bathroom, that there is a safe right next to where Saw was sitting. And yeah, the line when he said, if you stick with me and stay until the game is over, your son will be in a safe place. Son was in the safe place. And it's just like, well, he told you. And that's something that future characters still don't learn, is that Saw will blatantly say to you, look, I'm telling you what to do, listen to me and you'll succeed. And this is what I love about the Saw film, is he will, because he talks about this idea that he knows how the human psyche works, he understands how humans will think, and he knows that if he wants you to succeed in the game, he'll leave clues and try and lead you in the right direction. But if he doesn't want you to survive, because he is a little biased towards some characters, you do kind of learn this, that he will outright just tell you something, knowing full well you'll go against it. Yeah. Ugh, Saw 2, I love it. Things I thought were a bit is, as I say, a lot of the characters are well fleshed out and stuff, but there is one or two that you think, why are you being such an idiot? Don't talk like that, don't say those things, what, why? It's because they're criminals, you're meant to just think that, well, they're kind of hard-assing and just like, ugh, I don't care, I'm going to side with myself. And it's like, guys, you're in a psychopath's game. Listen to each other. Anyway. So, Saw 2 is top notch. I don't, it's not my favourite Saw. Saw 1 is potentially my favourite, but I will have to say that this is a better film than Saw 1, because this is everything they realised works from the first film and what made the first film popular, and went, yeah, we're going to run with that. The fleshed out version of Saw for Saw 2, where we now understand why Saw is doing what he's doing. It turns out that he has cancer, and he tried to kill himself. It didn't succeed, and he decides that, well, yeah, if I'm able to survive this, I must have the capacity I must have the survival instinct. I'm going to make sure other people have this instinct. If they succeed in my games, they have it. And it's very interesting. You find out in the later Saws, as we will cover, that there is a lot more to it. It wasn't just that he was told, you got cancer, and he's like, okay, and drive himself off a cliff. There's more to it as well. But we'll be covering that in the future Saw films. We'll learn more about Amanda and why she's helping Saw. We will learn more about Saw's extended family, and then other characters that I called when I watched Saw 3, and I was like, I see something. We'll discuss that in the next video though. So, Saw 2, I give it a solid, I can't remember if we did out of 5 or out of 10 in the last video. Damn, I think it was out of 5. I give Saw 2 a solid 4 out of 5. I think a couple of them are this sort of standard. None of them are 5 out of 5. Because 5 out of 5 means perfect, and none of the Saw films are perfect. But I'm a massive fan, and I love them to bits. There are some that are a lot lower, but there are some that I think a lot of them will be 4 out of 5, 4.5 out of 5 sort of territory. Anyway, guys, I hope you've enjoyed this little Let's Chat About. If you have, please hit that like button. Leave a comment. Tell me what you think. If you've seen all the Saw films, tell me which one's your favourite. Tell me if you're put off by them, and maybe my videos are kind of giving you an insight and making you think, maybe I will go check them out. Please do. And if you would, guys, if you haven't already, subscribe to this channel. Until next video, guys, I'll catch you all later. Bye!